Right, we ready for a countdown then? Right, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Right, welcome everyone. My name is Nost. I'm here running Spyro Reignited Trilogy, Spyro 1, any percent no balloonist skip. Here beside me I've got Reignited here, who ran River Bond yesterday. Go check my bro out, he's a brilliant supporter. Down behind me is Dan Spence, he's going to be running Crash 2 next. Make sure to check his run out. And here we go, starting off any percent NBS. So as you can see, I've literally just... The reason I showed you Nestor a moment ago, you might not have watched him actually, which is a bit of a shame. But it's because, again, you don't need to watch him. I need to just collect dragons, collect gems, collect eggs. Just need to finish the game as quick as I can, you know? So basically, the main aim with any percent is you have to go through each homeworld by getting their minimum requirements, and then you have to get to Nasty North as quick as you can. So our first requirement for artisans is 10 dragons. But obviously, going along with artisans, I'm going to pick up a few things along the way just to set me off for obviously the next few homeworlds. I'm actually going to collect 11 dragons in artisans, but just because, you know, easy dragons, why not? So here we are in Stonehill. Just collect a few, gonna collect Aster here, gonna get a few gems along the way as well. Now the one nice thing about this category is it's, I wouldn't say it's glitchless, I'd probably say, if anything, there's just no major skips in it. Unless you're Chris LBC and then you'll do Fairyless pretty much. But because I'm gonna be running Spyro to any percent on Monday, I'm not going to be doing fairy storage. So if you're here to watch that, I'm sorry, but I'm going to be disappointing you. Why am I pressing no? Why am I pressing no? Splits. I've been so used to it over the past week because I've been trying to grind this category into my head. Fist pump the split. But clearly, you know, still not used to that. And there we go, Stonehill is done. And with Stonehill done, we can now go over to Town Square. With Town Square, we've got a nice little trick coming up, which is probably the biggest trick in this category. So, yeah, if it depends, shall I get Spyro to soar, or shall I get him to just do a little hop? I made him soar in the last, I think in the last time I did it at UKSM. Little hop? We'll see. We'll see what we can do. This game is honestly a really wholesome game, by the way. It's from the originals back in 1998, 1999, 2000, and to see him reignited into like brilliant quality, honestly, reliving my childhood. Right, let's see what we can do with this proxy then. Have a look at this trick. Ah, flip. Right, okay, that's fine. Just means we're gonna get a high Spyro. Talk to me, Fairy. Hi, Spyro. That could have been a short hop, but I planned it a little bit incorrectly. Let's just do it normally. That's better. That's way better. That's the only time we're gonna have a trick like that show up in the game. But hey ho. From now on, it's pretty much speed tech. My goal for this marathon is pretty much to try and finish this category within 1 hour real time. I managed to do 1 hour in past UKSM. I'm going to try and do it again. Hopefully I will be able to, because I've managed to shorten the load times now because I got a nice SSD in here. I need that for Spyro 2 as well, actually. So what I did there was I pressed guidebook and I'm now skipping, well not skipping, I'm warping back into the very start position of Artisans. Just because I can now quickly zoom off to where I think it's Argus. I think his name's Argus. Just double check. I should know my dragon names in this game. I've played it too many times. Thank you. It's dragon number 11. Now I can go straight over to Peacekeepers. We are done with Artisans. Don't need to go in any of the other homeworlds. That's all we need. Yeah, I talked to Marco. I was going to split again. That's a good gem count as well. So the next level coming up after we do a little bit in Peacekeepers is Dry Canyon. With Dry Canyon, I'm just noticing I'm quite loud actually. You can hear the clipping. I'm feeling the clipping actually. So with Dry Canyon, you've got a bit of a difficult jump that's coming up to get to what's his name? It's not Marco. Again, I'm messing up the names already. Do I know my dragons? See, this is just what the category is now. Does Nost know his dragons? I don't know why I skipped that, Nor. I should have got him. So yeah, another thing as well during these load screens you can do is you can press these like R1 and L1 to get Spyro to do some rolls, get Spyro to do a bit of flaming as well, and get him moving around. Get him exercise for potentially some headaches. So coming up will be the first example as well of me using bonking to get Spyro to get upstairs quicker, which back in the originals, bonking was honestly one of the worst things to do because it slows you down massively. It loses momentum, whereas in Reignited, you can use bonks to travel upstairs a lot more quicker. And in Spyro 1, it's quite a definitive thing. Just like this. Well, that wasn't much bonking, but you'll definitely see more a little bit later. Here are Frank Boris, eh? Headache percent, yeah. Bless Spyro. Can we get some Fs in chat for Spyro? And there we go, that was that difficult jump done. See now, another new mechanic they brought in within Reignited is if Spyro is just about to get the ledge, he'll do, the game basically says, actually yeah, we'll allow the player to get that ledge because obviously if we're going to base it on like what dragons would have been like, he can be able to do a little bit of a flutter. So he basically flutters onto an edge just like that. If I was comfortably going to be able to make that, I would just charge into that, no problem. Not charge into it, sorry, now I'm thinking like the originals. Because in the originals, you would technically be able to glide across and charge and get right onto the side, whereas in this game, I think Toys for Bob basically were like, actually, we'll cover the gamers for that. We'll get him to flutter onto it. Right, so Cliff Town is a bit of an interesting level, because we got a few, I don't know whether to call it tricks or not, but basically this is where movement tech is very key. Because you have to do some jumps, you have to basically try and stretch the limits of the jump to get a flame, and you also have to get a thief and skip his animation. And by doing that, you basically have to get Spyro in the air while doing so. So hopefully, I'll be able to skip his animation in yesterday's run. Not yesterday's run. Actually, no, it was yesterday's run. I didn't skip it, sadly. But we'll, come on, hopefully you can do it today. So here's trick number 1 coming up. I'm going to get onto here, turn around, pull the camera back. There we go, that's nice. Here's trick number 2. Done that nice. Here's trick number 3. Hey, nice. That was very smooth. I've also got a little bit of a magic stairs coming up here, so hopefully I can get that nice and smooth. And what we call magic stairs is basically, I think magic is probably more of a luck term, if anything. Alright, here it is, right here. 1, 2, 3. Nice. That was very magic, that was. Nah, that's a shame. They're freeing Enzo, and after getting this pink boyo, we're leaving. I was just about to split again. Deary me. Yeah, that's true. Again, PS4 game, not a PC, don't need to worry about that. Can also take a moment as well to have a massive shout out towards Special Effect, who is the charity that we're supporting for UKSM today. They are a charity, they're the gamers charity supporting people who have disabilities, who need an improvement of quality of life through gaming. Because again, we need everyone to have the ability to play games. We don't want to get people to get excluded with obviously with obviously the ability of how they can perform. So again, big shout outs to Special Effect. Please consider donating if you haven't already. They are absolutely amazing. So here we go. We've got our first flight level of the game. Well, not of the canonically of the game. There is actually another flight which technically you can do first, but the game intends for you to do that third, I believe, because you're not meant to find out about it until Wizard Peak. But anyway, so here's Night Flight. Now, when it comes to the routing for the flights, we try and keep as close as we can to the world record routing, purely because obviously the world record holders know what's quickest, and we're going to try and replicate that. Obviously not perfectly, because we're running a whole game here, but we'll try and do as much as we can to get as much speed as we can through this level. So as you'll notice within this flight, I'm getting Spyro to get as low as he can, close to the water. The reason why I'm doing this is basically Spyro gets a little bit more speed the lower he is. And that's the exact same sort of thing you get in the original. The only problem is, though, is you can get Spyro to charge a little bit, allows him to drop a little bit quicker, and at the same time, you can get him to do some faster turns. You can get him to skip animations, just like I did there. And there we go, that's Night Flight done. So as you've seen, we are 969 gems. I think, knowing my gem count, that's pretty reasonable, but that's quite on standard. To leave Peacekeepers, we need 1,200 gems, which we will definitely be over once we get Icy done. And there we go. That's another thief skipped there, another animation skipped. Now you see I've collected a key there. I don't need to get the chest that's got that key. Well, that key is for, because basically the gem count within that bit you just don't need. It's just too low. I might as well carry on the route I'm getting to. And here we are with our good old lad, Dr. Shemp. Shemp, our potatoey lad. Our potatoey lad. I like my potatoes in Shemp style. The only problem is he's... Now, the guy in front of... the dragon in front of Shemp will say that this guy thinks he's so cool. You don't know what it's like listening to him over and over. Well, in this category, we're going to heed his advice a little bit. And, well, we're just going to not do the boss. Just don't care about the boss. If he thinks he's cool, we don't need to listen to his shenanigans. We can get this. We can get Trondo. Yeah, we've listened to you, dude. We'll just carry on from that. Shemp, shame on you, dude. Shame on you. But to all runners that are named Shemp, no, we love you, really. You are amazing. Shame on Shemp. Right, so here we are coming up now. It's Icy Cavern. This is my favorite level in the game, just because of the aesthetic. Again, this game I honestly think is stunning. It's beautiful. And also, another reason why I like this level as well, you've got a bit of speed tech that's being tested in this. Within the original, which I used to run 120, which is the completionist category for this, you basically have a selection of routes to compensate for beginners and intermediates. But in here, I'm going to show off a bit more magic stairs, pretty much. I hope this is the proper magic stairs, consistent between both games. Go is Ulrich. Also, one of my favorite dragons is in this level, Asher. We don't get to watch him, sadly. I feel like I feel like I should mention something, but I've completely forgotten. My mind's just gone blank. Ah! Yes, now I remember. Right. So, oh, oof. Oof. Oh, big oof, folks. Now I have to try and get magic stairs. I was trying to hope I can get this run without dying, but no, clearly not today. Even bigger oof. Oh, Monkash. Right, so pretty much, to anyone who's interested in learning to run Spyro games, I have 2 recommendations. Which is, if you're interested in learning the completionist category, I died again! Need to brush off that rust, come on! Brush off that rust! Again, it's fine, we freed Ulrich just now. Need to get to Asher, come on Asher! I want to get to you, my dude. There we go, that's better, that's better. And now I need to get magic stairs. I have no excuse now. M-A-G-I-C! There we go. Oh yeah, so if you're interested in running Spyro games, I would highly recommend. If you want just, you know, core speed tech, and not much tricks unless you want to, you know, go really dedicated into it, I would recommend the original Spyro from 1998, 120%. Yeah, it's a very active community as well. You've got tons of runners over there to help you. We've also got a Discord as well. If it's alright, can UKSM to the staff, is it alright if I can get my mod Lightyear 1 to post a link to the Spyro speedrunning Discord server, if that's alright?
Hop aboard for the Magic Crafter's world if you're ready.
Permission granted. Go on, Yari. Well, so you have your dono. All right. I'll give you time to read it. Or are you going to do it to the end?
Yes, we do indeed have a donation. My voice broke there. That was weird.
Right, so here we are. Coming up is
it's not been done. Oh no, I'm gonna have to mute him.
Crafters. Oh. That's another feat skipped. Don't want to see that animation.
I know. Lightson, thank you for the dono.
So, our requirement to leave Magic Crafters is 5 eggs. Now, at this point in time, I've already got 3. So the next 2 that I need to get pretty much will just be along the route. And the developers, when making this game, obviously they wanted to focus the player to obviously try and get as many eggs as they can within this home world. So I believe there's 4 or 5 in like these worlds alone. But again, I've already got 3. I only need to get 2, so I'm gonna get 1. I'm going to get 2 in Wizard Peak, pretty much, because those are the most ideal ones to get, essentially. And also, if you're interested in picking up Reignited Trilogy, I would highly recommend this category, which I'm doing right now, which is any percent, no balloonist skip, which again, oof, got hit there, which is also an active community as well. Got plenty of runners for it as well. I believe we've got at least 69 people on the leaderboard. I might be wrong, it's probably 70 now, but yeah, again, it's one of those runs as well where it does get you used to the, you know, the movement tech of the game, of the mechanics. And then if you wanted to give a try at any of the other 2 games, you then basically know how the mechanics feels for them as well. Skip that guy, I don't want him raising that platform. Don't want him hindering my run, thank you very much. No, 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 no. This is a speed run. Now, I don't know if you noticed as well, you might see coming up here that I'm going to charge. I just charged that fireworks chest. That's the quickest way to get all of the gems from that chest. And yeah, it means I do have to do a bit of damage, you know, abusing from that. So sparks will constantly change color throughout the run, and hopefully I'm going to try not to lose him. If I do lose him, it does mean, yeah, I'm going to need to pick myself up somewhere pretty much. But again, we'll try best I can not to lose him. Cool. There's water in here, folks. Stay hydrated. Split. Oh. Right, now there is a thief coming up here. I'm not going to get him because I don't need him. But say in my last 3 eggs I managed to miss one, he can be used as a backup thief. Because he's just as easy to get, because he's just, when you start running in like the certain direction, he basically, yeah, he sort of starts intersecting with your path, and then you can quickly just, you know, jump flame, and then skip his animation, carry on with your run. You pretty much only lose like milliseconds if anything. It's, you know, it's worth it. I could do it in this run, but again, I've got 2 better thieves coming up later, so I might as well just go for those. So High Caves is the level which specifically focuses on supercharging, which I'm only really going to be using once, I think, within any percent. But again, later on, we've got treetops, which shows way more supercharging. And actually, we've got way more tricks within treetops. So hopefully you look forward to that one. I'm going to try and get a sheep here if I can, which is the fodder that you need to try and get sparks up. Well, okay, I spent way too long doing that. I'm going to have to wait for him now. Well, generally I would try and get that along the way and then try not to ruin the cycle there, but doesn't matter. I'm fine. I'm still going. Didn't lose a life. It's fine. Now, what's nice about High Caves is there's quite a high, how I would say, like high gem count density. The whole level's got quite a lot of high gems. The high gem counts quite like scattered around the place, which you can quickly get. So here's a little bit of manipulation here. I'm going to touch this. Now the supercharge is interesting in Reignite because you can essentially touch a bridge or touch a wall, and it essentially loses the momentum of the supercharge a little bit, which you can kind of abuse for later parts of the run as well. I was going to split again. Split him. Yep. Can we get some fist bumps in the chat? Right, got a little bit of supercharging coming up here. I can try and see if I can avoid getting bonked by this wall coming up. Hopefully I can avoid it. Yeah. Nice, just like that. And again, what I use is basically when jumping around, Spyro loses his momentum massively, but he still has just that much speed to try and like slowly get around, but still get that acceleration of that supercharge. Right, so here comes Wizard Peak. Now, Wizard Peak is the I'll probably I say is the one level where I could lose time on in a normal run because there's a lot of risk in it. Now, these wizards with like the lightning things, I'd say they're probably one of the worst enemies in. They're probably one of the worst enemies within Spyro 1 in Reignited. They got buffed massively compared to the original, where their lightning bolts essentially track Spyro. They don't just go in a straight line anymore. I want to call it cheating. It's modern video game design. You know, you have to get Spyro in the 21st century somehow. Right, there we go. That's another thief. See, he was just hiding. Cheeky little thief. So that death there was an intentional death. I need that death abuse to essentially get warped back to get the supercharge again. Hopefully, fingers crossed I can get this trick right, folks, okay? Okay, I say that and I just bonk the wall. So hopefully Marathon Luck doesn't haunt me this time round. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I didn't know what I was doing. Oof. Right, I'm going to try that again. There we go, 25 gem. Let's try and get this. No. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Basically, again, we can try and manipulate the momentum again of the supercharge ranking. So I can essentially hold supercharge all the way up here and quickly destroy those spring chests. But again, it's not a problem. Run still goes. Yeah, pretty much. It's, again, it's just constant speed. It's constant, like, movement tech. Also, I don't know if you noticed as well, Lucas just a moment ago, the dragon we freed, he's Treasure Planet Dragon. Like, if you look at him, you can see he's, like, heavily inspired. Have you ever watched Treasure Planet? You've not? It's basically, like, it's an early noughties Disney animated film. Like, I swear, Lucas, Nicholas Cole, who designed him, I honestly think he designed it from, or inspired him from Treasure Planet. He looks so cool. He has a map on his wing. He's brilliant. So here we are, we've got a second flight level coming up. This is Crystal Flight. Now, Crystal Flight is a bit of a messy flight because we've got some planes coming up, which if you can try and get Spyro to sort of, you know, swerve up and down, you can try and get all of them. If I miss any of the early ones, it could become a bit problematic for the routing. But if I miss the later ones, it should be fine, pretty much. So I'm going to quickly jump, like, charge down here, get down, get that archway, get these two planes here. Drop down here again, I'm going to come back here. Get these planes. Nice. Yeah, it is quite tight movement. And again, I'm going to try to keep as low as I can, getting through these hoops. Also, just to let you folks know as well, I actually believe Activision PR, which is the Spyro the Dragon Twitter page, they also know or are interested in these routings as well from the flight levels, that they even post their times on the Twitter page themselves. So even they're interested in speedrunning, you know, side of things, which is, you know, just as awesome to get even the, you know, developers and publishers that just, you know, cater towards the speedrunners, just like are interested in it just as much, you know? It's quite a wholesome community in a way. Blow hard. Stop it. Stop it. Come on, folks. Pub quiz was last night. Can I just mention here, poor Reku, he had a little bit too much last night. He struggled to get out of bed. Right, so anyway, coming up is Blowhard. Now, Blowhard himself is a boss. He ain't very hard. It's the wizards that are the problem. So basically, I'm going to try and time these wizards well enough so Spyro doesn't get hit, if I'm lucky. So right, he's letting himself off there, so hopefully try and dodge that guy there, that's fine. These guys, perfect, in line, that's alright, that's fine. Try and get those guys here. Smashing, that's what we need. Again, sometimes I can be a little bit unlucky and one of them just will hit me. Now in a moment you'll see I'll lose sparks. It's not a problem because it's a firework chest and that's only one of the quickest ways to get the gems inside of firework chests. But then after that there's not many gems afterwards to get to Blowhard. And again, Blowhard is one of those really essential levels to get because the gem counter here is very high. Missing it would just be a hindrance pretty much. So here I'm going to go here, charge into that firework chest, bring me right to these spring chests. I'm now going to flame Blowhard before he does his little cycle, and then I'm going to end it just like that. Sweet! So again, we needed 5 eggs to leave Magic Crafters, which I believe we got 5 eggs. If you recognize my count when leaving Wizard Peak, got 5 eggs. So I'm going to charge a fodder here to get Sparks Green going into Beastmakers. And there we go, that is Magic Crafters done. Now, I'd say at this point, we're now getting halfway into the run. Now, within Beastmakers, the requirement to leave Beastmakers is 50 dragons. So that's why within all of the levels coming up to this bit, I still needed to collect some dragons along the way, because there's some dragons which I have to miss because they're either too difficult to get to and will be a waste of time. One of them's Damon, which is in Misty Bog because, well, I don't need to say much about Misty Bog. I'll show you a little bit later about it. It's a bit of a nightmare. Right, so Terrace Village is the level we've got coming up here. Now, Terrace is interesting because it's all mainly about timing cycles. You see these electric pads? The electric pads at the bottom. If you time them correctly, you can be able to kill the Norks before they pretty much, you know, before they zap the floor and get Spyro doing a little bit of a shocking dance at the least, you know? Shocking dance, nonetheless. And hopefully, if I'm lucky, I'll be able to get another bit of fodder along the way. There's definitely one bit of fodder which is just ironically in my path, which I call Claude's fodder. Claude's chicken, because he's running for the front of Flying Claude. Coming up right here. This is Claude's chicken. Thank you, Claude's chicken. Bless you. Thank you for giving up your butterfly that you had inside of you. So here we are, coming up along here, doing this nice quirky little jump, doing that flutter, which I don't think the game intends you to do to get up here, but, well, this is a speed run. I need to get here quick enough if I can. You get this firework, get this guy quick before he sets off a cycle. That's pretty lush. You flame that guy before... See now Sparks just casually gets a fodder. I'm going to get this guy just like that. Going to get this guy. I'm going to let the guy in front of me set off his cycle because don't want to get hit otherwise. Get this guy here. Get the other guy in front of set off his cycle. Carry on here. Then get to Cyprin. Cyprin is, draw me like one of your French dragos, dragon he is. Because he literally lies just like that pose pretty much. And you get down here. Get these gems. Come down here, get the few Norts just down here. Whoa, oops. Thanks for the zap there, mate. Didn't want that. You're gonna get that one guy there. Come on. There we go. Nice. Now, it is essential for me to have at least, I'd say, a yellow Sparks at this point. Because in a moment, we've got 3 firework chests, which what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flame the first one and time it. So I'm gonna charge into the second one, which then allows Spyro to only get to lose 1 bit of damage, because basically when he gets hit, he gains a slight little bit of invincibility, which we're going to manipulate a little bit. So just coming up here, flame, wait for a bit. I completely screwed that up. Big time. That's fine. That's absolutely fine, because in Spyro 2 on Monday, we've got another case of that. So hopefully I'll show you a little bit of that again. I didn't get that Boris gem, that's a shame. That was a 10 gem as well. Oh well. I've missed already a few gems along the way, it's fine. It's a marathon. Marathon luck at its finest, folks. So what I'm going to do, actually I'm going to be a little bit cheeky here because I haven't got Sparks, and at this point I really, really need him. I'm going to do some casual death abusing, I think. Eh? Yeah, well, sort of. Now, the good thing is with flights is if you quote die, you don't lose a life. But what the game programs to do though is as soon as I leave Wildflight, Sparks will be back to yellow again. So again, it's sort of the benefit in a way. But just because I need Sparks to be at its fullest health in this next bit, because I'm going to do... Oh, no, that's not good. That's not good. That wasn't intentional, but I don't mind doing that because missing that one Nort completely ruins the cycle with the flight. So again, going to keep it smooth, keep it calm, redo it all over again. I have to admit, Wildflight is, in my opinion, is one of my least favorite flights. It's not the worst flight. The worst flight, I'd say, is Icy Flight. Yeah, I'm not letting him get away with it that time. But in my opinion, the reason why Wildflight's not a nice level is because you fly way too close to the water. So yeah, you're fast, but it's high risk, high reward in a way. You're also very, how do I explain it? Oh, crud. Right, okay, that's fine. Wildflight is also the quickest flight in this game. as well. So it's also quite nice to do. Oh, I somehow got all of them, and I missed a chest. I need that. Right, okay. Go away, Wildfly. I don't want to look at you. Don't want to talk to you. Right, so. Now, next one coming up. It's good old favorite, Misty Bog. Now, Misty Bog is a notorious level for many deaths. For casual and speedrunners alike. Because Misty Bog basically has a series of, how do I explain it? Has a series of very difficult enemies, pretty much. Some of the hardest, again, you don't have the wizards, but these enemies are kind of programmed to be rather obnoxious, pretty much. So what you get, so you got the trees that will zoom into you, try and swallow you as quick as you can. You'll have frogs, which, no matter how close you are, they'll zap their tongue really close to you. And you also have the Norks, which have their stabby knives and really are really mean. So I'm going to fly over to here, because routing tells me this is the quickest way to get me gems, and to get me my dragons, which is, funnily enough, very close to the end of the level. But, again, we're not going to go through the vortex. We don't actually need to go through any vortex. Alright, let's jump up there. Nice. See, now there is also a dragon that you miss in this level called Damon. Fun fact, he's my favorite dragon in Reignited. And he's like the only one you see, and I'm like you get to see him in 120. Don't get to see him in any percent, which is a shame. But hey ho. Because we get to miss those big huts over there, which is the infamous Guantanamo Bay, which thankfully in any percent we can completely skip. Because we don't need to bother ourselves with that challenge. Now, I would get... Oh! He ran over to me. That's a shame. I was going to try and miss him because that 2 gem at this point in the game, it's not a massive deal if you get it or not, but, you know. If he comes over to you, you may as well. He's close enough. And now we got Zeke, who's or Zeke, I don't know, it depends how you want to call him. He's a snaily boy. Sorry, I just had a moment to turn around for a moment. Hello, everyone. Is everyone enjoying Insomnia? Yeah, awesome. Yeah, we are here all weekend. We are here all weekend and on Monday. Got plenty more speed runs, so make sure you go and see all the fast speed gaming. Again, next up, you have got Crash 2 by Darren sitting right behind me. So again, if you're feeling in a splash mood today, then these next 2 hours are definitely going to be your prime time. I think we've also got CTR coming up later, Crash Team Racing. Either later or tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow. And you've also got me doing Spyro 2 on Monday, Spyro 2 Reignited Trilogy, which, if you want to have a little slower pace, I suppose, but you want to see some really, really broken stuff within this game, I highly recommend coming around on Monday at 10 AM in the morning. Right, so here we are. It's our first trick. This is our big skip within Treetops. This is not what the game intends you to do, but we need some really quick way to get the Jed, so we're going to do that, and we're going to... Oi, Thief! I need you 25 gem. Get back here. Come here. Thank you very much. Crikey. So that's one of the troublesome two. Actually, I'd say there's 3 charges in a way, because what I'm going to be doing now is what's called a keyless. It's called like a chest skip in a way. Oh no, I messed that up. I messed that up. Basically, if you hold supercharge and you use that like momentum losing trick I was on about, you basically can supercharge into that chest and completely forget about using the key. But again, getting in the key anyway is a good backup. Yeah, it skips the animation, which, yeah, for in-game time, I don't know if it's a massive thing, but for real time, obviously, you know, I'm doing a marathon right now. I'm running against a real timer. Oh, come on, Spyro. There we go. Nice one, mate. Right, and here we go. Here's our second trick, where I'm going to go up around here. Jump, charge up around. Oh, come on. Nope. Nope. That was so close. So close. See, now that is still possible even losing the momentum. Just basically you need a hope that Spyro gets that sort of acceleration barrier a little bit. But it's such a shame. Ah well. Again folks, please, I do apologize. I've been practicing over the past week after spending a whole month away from this game, pretty much. And now I work like a full-time job now. I kind of don't get much, I only get only really evenings to practice this now. Ah, don't say that, mate. You got a world record yesterday. What are you on about? Come on! But there we go. That's Treetops done. Again, Treetops is a bit of a faff of a level, as it is in the original, as it is just as I showed you here. Now I'm gonna be a little bit cautious now because I'm on 0 lives and I can't afford dying one more time. And the one level I have a feeling I could die in, I just realized it's a light. I'm gonna get that. The one place I have a feeling I could die in again is Jacques, because Jacques' a bit of a tedious level. I basically do what's called a one layer cake now. You'll see what I mean when we get to that, because basically there's these sort of platform things which looks like a wedding cake, and I just decide to use only one guy, go up 1 level, and then just use the whole lot. Again, I play it risky, folks. I know this is a marathon, but I like to play risky. When you get now, the leaderboards for this category are done by in-game time, which after I finish this category, I will show you how to access the in-game timer. But what you have to do, pretty much, when you get sub 30 in game time, you have to basically start playing the game quite risky. Yeah. Yeah. Know about them say, no boy. No boy. I'm only really playing a bit safer now because it's like only inspired to 20% because that's my newer category. I only really picked that up over the past basically month, but it's gonna be such a fun run to show you folks because, oh boy, it's gonna be a whopper. Oof! Thanks for that snipe, Metalhead. I didn't appreciate that. You should be playing Call of Duty, not blimmin'. So yeah, with Metalhead, he's basically got all these pylons, which the whole idea what you have to do is you have to break all these pylons that basically generate his power. He's a mechanized Nork. I'm surprised that, like, you know, the Norks have access to this much technology. Alright, he's gonna try and snipe me again. Nope. What he also does as well is he's so careless of a boss that he'll throw the, like, monkey guys into the pylon, so actually help me out a little bit. Saves me having to charge them all down. Yeah, in a way, it's a bit like it's a manipulation in a way. Anything to allow me to not bother with it, you know, is time save. Call me lazy, but, you know, when you're a speedrunner, you kind of, it's all about following to a path, really. Right, okay, so at this point in time, I would generally be around 5,000-ish. A little bit under gem count, but that's not a problem. It still means, basically, with the whole idea of collecting gems within Reignited, nice, another life. The whole point of collecting gems, still, is because our final requirement to leave Dreamweavers is 6,000 gems. And what you do, pretty much, because in the final homeworld, Jack is the boss, and Jack in total has 500 gems, and the boss in itself contains nearly 200 of those gems. So basically what I'm saying is these quick gems. So you may as well just go over and, you know, get him real quick. Like right towards the end. And the less gems you get before getting up to that point just means you have more gems to collect, you know, going into Jack. And also big shout outs to the chat as well for getting up, for you folks in the UK, and if you're from America as well, waking up this early in the morning. Joe, I used to struggle getting out of bed at this time. Me? Yeah. Yeah, him this morning after pub quiz. Right, so within Dreamweavers is a pretty short homeworld to do in any percent, because all you need to do is get the gems that are in Icy Flight. I'm not going to do the jump. I tried doing the jump last time in UKSM, and oh, failed dramatically. I'm not going to try it again. Right. So yeah, we're going to go into Icy Flight. Icy Flight, again, is a finicky, it's a bit of a finicky sort of level. But again, we need those quick 300 gems before finishing off the homeworld. So you get those guys over there. Nice. Cannon isn't being a pain this time, because sometimes it can be. Gonna bonk, 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 bonk. Sorry, Spyro. He's gonna wake up with a headache when I play Spyro 2, dearie me. Thankfully, he's only got probably hasn't got much bonking to do, thankfully. He's lucky. Oh yeah, bless him. Completionist any percent? Yep. Yeah, get Jumpy Love here, he'll do it for you. I might do any percent trifecta. If you folks want to see all three categories, any percent back to back, I might try and learn that for 2020. If folks are interested in that. Did I just see someone in chat say bonk to win? Bonk to win, folks. And yeah, can I also give a big shout out as well to two of my friends over in America who speedrun this game. Sable Dragon Rook and Aether Strider, who are two very amazing Spyro speedrunners who both also do this category. They're both very competitive against each other as well. They've got a bit of rivalry going on. Aether's also really, really decent at Spyro 2 40 Orb as well, so if you're interested in a bit of, you know, major skip, not major skip, sorry, in some Spyro 2, he's your guy. There's some awesome folks, very, very friendly as well, very approachable, and yeah, and basically the only reason I'm saying this with Bonk to win is Aether Strider's community is called the Bonk Squad. The Bonk Squad. Why am I pressing retry? I don't want to do this flight again. Get out of there, Spyro. So yeah, shout outs to the Bonk Squad. Bonk to win. Okay. I've got way less amount of gems than I thought I would have. So pretty much, I'm going to do a little bit of mental maths right now. I'm going to collect 15 gems just about to enter Jack, which means I'm going to enter Jack with 5,604 gems, which means in Jack alone, I need 396. 396 gems, which is doable. Just means I have to basically extend my routing a little bit within Jack just to collect a little bit more to compensate. Jack is our compensation level. I'm definitely not going to get a sub 29, not sub 30 today. I've died too many times, and if I'm doing this long of a Jack, I know I'm not going to be able to. But hopefully it might still be a sub 1 hour. Hopefully, if SSD blesses me. SSD bless me. Right, I'm going to show you folks now. I'm going to show you folks one layer cake. Not many runners do this. I don't know whether it's faster or not, but I just like to do it because it saves me having to flame another one of these guys. So one layer cake, jump, coming across here, go back, jump, charge, jump, and then get over there, just like that. Generally, runners will take the two layer cake, but nah, I'm gonna play risky today, folks. Risky boy. So again, you need 396. Now Jacques alone has 175. So let me do a gem check there. 216 plus 175. Come on, folks, mental maths, let's go. And also I'm gonna do a little bit of bonk, bonk to win, folks. Bonk to win. Wow. I think I'm just under. Only just. If I'm right. Yeah. 3 gems under. Which is fine. Which is fine because just in front of Jacques there is, I think, 3 1 gems. So I can get spot on. Oh, okay, 5 gems. I thought it was 3. Yeah, there is basically just outside of the gem portal, just outside of the Jacques portal, you have that many gems there. So I'm just gonna get this chest. There we go, plenty. Yeah? He was asking all the questions last time. Now he's like, coming back. You should do a run of this, Reku. You should do a run of this. But also, folks, I think what I'm showing you here is a good example of if you want to get into the game, this is a good sort of routing that you can follow from. And obviously, this shows how you be thinking going along this game. Again, it's not much, it's just movement tech. I would highly recommend learn the flights first, because they're consistent pretty much across the original, this game. Okay, a little bit different in this game, but again, if you want to do any category within 1 or 2, so, 120 or any %, then that's it. Now I'm freeing Delbin, because if I don't free Delbin, Twilight Harbor won't open. Twilight Harbor's requirements is free Delbin, go through North Cove's portal, vortex, sorry. Then Nasty Nork's requirement is go through Twilight Harbor's portal, vortex, and then to finish the run, we flame Nasty Nork's Shamoles. Let's not talk about vortex %. So I'm literally just gonna skip everything within North Cove because I don't want this level interrupting me right now. I'm just gonna just pass through anything. I don't need these Norks touching me. Go away, go away, go away, go away, go away. Da 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 da. Can't touch this. Da da da. Can't touch this. And there we are, folks. That's North Cove done. Don't need to worry about anything else. Split. Yeah. But I'm going to look forward to Twilight Harbor, though, because we get to... This is what I would say one of the most rewarding parts of the run. Actually, I'm going to get that rack quickly, just so I can show it off nice. Now, there's 2 little skips in Twilight Harbor. The first skip's quite difficult to do, which basically allows me to jump on this platform on, like, a podium, fly around, and basically allows me to skip, like, basically a whole section where a dragon would be. So that would save me pretty much, like, 7 seconds. Like, charging around, do that section. And then, towards the end is probably one of the most rewarding parts of this run. It's just supercharging. Supercharging all the way to the end. Don't need to have a care in the world. Finish it off in style. Spyro style. That's why he's wearing the glasses, folks. Right, here we go. Here's the supercharge. Down we go. Jump up. Fine, Cletus. You're not going to allow us to go through. There we go. Now we're just going to forget about everything. Goodbye, Nork. Goodbye, Nork. Let's go to that vortex. And there we go. Twilight Harbor done. Right, just to let staff know, heads up, that time is coming up in this level coming up here, but I will let you know specifically when to stop the timer, okay? Final level, folks. So this is Nasty Nork. Now with Nasty Nork, we need to get those 2 thieves as quick as we can, right? So what we would typically do is obviously you would have to spend as long as you can to charge them and get them. But if you are, quick enough, if you get the right frame, you can basically get them just as they move, pretty much, nice and quick. I'm going to try and do that for you today. Doing it speedrunner style. There we go, that's one. Again, these ones don't give you animations anyway, so you can just flame them without jumping. And that's the second one, nice. Right, so here we are. This is the first phase of Nasty Nork coming up here, where all we really need to do, get him running, and then just catch up with him. See, in the original, Nasty Nork didn't, he skipped leg day, he's pretty slow. In this one, he's quite quick actually. He's done a marathon for 20 years. So I'm gonna flame him here, and that's gonna set off the second phase of this final boss. So staff, heads up, when I flame Nasty the next time, it is time, okay? And I will say loud and clear. So we are coming up. Time!
You're toast, Nork.
So what we're going to do, just to skip the cutscene, skip the credits. Credit skip? You can do that? Pog? Right, and then to finish off the run, what I like to do is I would click the guidebook, and that will bring up my in-game timer, which is in the top right-hand corner where it says time. 31:32. That's not a bad time, to be honest. That's quite a standard speedrun time. It's not my PB, nowhere near my PB. I will ask in a moment. I'll ask you lot in a moment what my real time is. Don't you worry. I'm also going to free magnets because my computer likes to have a little watch.
Nasty's ancient history now. So what's in there?
That's just what I wanted. That's just what I wanted to hear.
But the gate will only open if you have found
I wanted to make sure I
everything
get
in the
sub 1
Dragon
hour real
Kingdom.
time, and I did.
Come
So
back
that's
when
nice.
You have reached 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, nice, nice. Right then, folks, so that's it for me with Reignited Trilogy. Thank you all so much for watching. My name is Nost. Go check out my channel on NostTW, where I do pretty much loads of Spyro speedruns and a little bit of variety stuff. I'll be back on Monday with Spyro 2, Reignited Trilogy, any percent. And next, I'm going to send you off to Dan Spence, who is going to be doing some Crash 2, any percent, alright? Cheers, me dears, and I'll see you later, me fuck.